everyone, my name is Filipa and welcome to a new YouTube video. Today I'm going to talk to you about Mono Black in Historic. This deck was already pretty good in Pioneer, but now we have the tools to make it viable in Historic too. With Kaladesh being introduced into Arena, we got a lot of new cool cards that make this deck awesome, and you are going to see why. I wanted to break down this deck in three parts. You have the cheap creatures, and some of them can come back from the grave. We have the flyers, and we also have the cheap removal. So I'm going to show you how that happens. About the cheap creatures that sometimes can return from the grave, we do have the Dread Wanderer and Gutter Bones, which are 1 mana 2/1s that enter tapped, but you can return them later to the battlefield under certain circumstances. We also have Knight of the Eben Legion. Despite not getting back from the grave, this is a great creature because it's cheap and it can grow. If you pay 3 mana, it gets +3/+3, and that touch, you can do it at instant speed, and also if an opponent or you lost 4 or more life, in the end of your turn, you put a +1/+1 counter on this creature, which is great. One of the biggest additions of Kaladesh, which is the Scrape Head Scrounger. This card is great. For 2 colorless mana, it's a 3/2, and it can come back from the grave. You cannot block, but you cannot have it all, right? So one of the great things about this creature is that you can do the ability Instant Speed, which means that for only 2 mana, you can return it, for example, at the end of your opponent's end step. For example, you have like a big board, your opponent does Shatter the Sky and cleans everything up. In the end of them doing the Shatter the Sky, you can return the Scrap Head Scourger and have a 3/2 again ready to attack in your turn. You have the Skyclave Shade, it's a 3/1, you can kick it, and you can return to the grave if you play the land this turn. Getting to the removal, we do have the Fatal Push, which is so good. The 1 mana instant speed, destroy target creature with converted cost mana 2 or less. Already pretty good, right? But it also has Revolt. If a creature left the battlefield under your control this turn, you can upgrade this card, which means that this card, instead of destroying a creature with converted cost 2 or less, it destroys instead a creature with converted cost 4 or less. So this is pretty good. You lose a creature, it doesn't really matter because usually you can return them from the grave. You also have the Murderous Writers. Well, Murderous Writers is pretty good. It's a spell and it also is a creature. It's very versatile. You can destroy creatures from your opponent. You can play it as a lifelinker, so it's pretty good. We also are running our Thoughtseize, which, if you are running Mono Black, you have to run Thoughtseize, right? And then we have the flyers. The flyers are Rankle and Spawn of Mayhem. Now getting into lands, we have 16 Swamps, we have 4 Castles Lochwain, which can draw you cards, and you have 4 Crawling Barrens, which is like, we don't have Multivault, we have Crawling Barrens. Of course, it's not the same, but it's still a creature. In the sideboard, we have some 8 from the grave, like Soul Guide Lantern, we have Agonizing Remorse, we have Acts, Legion End, 2 Sorcerer's Spyglass, and 2 Adder Spear Harvest. This is also a new card. The Harvest is pretty good because for 3 mana is a 3/5 flying, but it's a vehicle, which means you have to pay the crew cost. The crew cost is only 1, so usually you can use one of your like cheap creatures to activate it. You have to pay 1 energy to give lifelink to this creature, but when he enters the battlefield, it gives you 2 energies. As you can see, our rank is not very good right now. I'm 97%. I dropped a lot because I was trying to figure out Historic. This is the deck that I've been liking the most, but still, I'm trying to get better in Historic. We are going against number 58, so I'm sensing like a good opponent. Okay, so here we have like a pretty good hand. I mean, we do have the cheap creatures, we do have removal, we do have 2 lands, which usually are pretty good in this deck for starting. And we are going to start with Dread Wanderer to give extra damage. And let's see what they are playing. Okay. Let's do Dread Wanderer and Gutter Bones. With a bit of luck, next turn our Knight of the Eben Legion starts doing stuff. So we still don't know what they are playing. We're already like threatening a lot of damage with 6 power on the board on turn 2. Okay, so this is Izzet. Okay. Like, I don't know if this is a combo deck, if this is like, okay, and this is like another key card. I'm going to do the Knight for now. And keep the push. So they didn't do anything, which I found very weird. Okay, that's fine. If Brazen it's the best that they can do, then they are in trouble. Okay, and a shock. As you can see, this can return later in the game. I'm going to play 2 knights that are going to grow. We now have to kind of pray that they don't have like a removal spell that cleans the board, but this seems like this seems like a Phoenix deck. Let's try to attack. Once again, if Brazen is the best thing that they can do, they probably are in a bad spot. And let's keep the Fatal Push. Okay, this one is our... We are going to do the Lantern because I think they are playing with some Phoenixes. And Agonizing Remorse. I think this is pretty good. Maybe we can take... Maybe we can take 2 pushes, we can take 2 riders, some of the removal, because they didn't really play a lot of creatures. It was like more a spell-based deck. And maybe we can take 1 Agonizing Remorse, 2, I think it's enough. We don't want to take too many creatures, you know? Maybe we can take like 1 Rankle. Okay, let's try like this. We don't really like want expensive stuff because then we are starting to lose against them, I think. Okay, once again, this is not as good as the other end, but I think it's keepable. We do have 4 lands that it's a bit too much, but okay. And we are got a bit punished now because we are kind of flooding a bit. Okay. So this is a Phoenix deck for sure. Okay. Ooh, I like this card a lot. It just keeps coming back. Oh no, that's bad because it gets exiled, you know? That's very bad, and I could otherwise play the Spawn of Mayhem, but I can't. That Anger of the Gods really got me. That's why having Thoughts is pretty good, but I didn't find it. Don't know if they run counters or not. Okay, they probably discard a Phoenix here if they have it. No? Okay. Let's try to attack. Let's play Spawn of Mayhem. Here the spectacle cost doesn't really matter, but we can pretend that we have a push. I would like to have a Thoughtseize, but we don't. So now we start dealing a lot of damage with the Spawn of Mayhem. They need to deal with it. Okay. Ooh, okay. Ooh, at least it was not my spawn, right? Okay. I can just replay it. It's honestly not that big of a deal. Let's hope they don't have more entrancing melody. Okay. I don't even know what that Chandra does. 4 damage. Oh, that's bad. But they cannot use it anymore, right? Yeah. I mean, maybe I should just get rid of Chandra right now. If the Gather Bones dies, he comes back to me, so it's like... Shard the Course. They attacked, so they don't need to do it. Okay, let's start by trying to attack. I think they are going to put the Brazen... Okay, they are preferring to do that. I'm going to push. And this comes back to my grave. Okay, they have another Chandra. They're going to kill that again. A bit annoying. If I get a land, I can start double spelling, so that's pretty good. Okay, so let's see what they have first. So they have 2 Anger of the Gods, they have Shock, and they have Opt. And here I think I'm going to take the Opt. This is not looking great for me though with the 2 Angers. That's definitely a problem. But let's put some pressure. I don't know if they use it here. I do have another Rankle. We do have the castle that can get us to tougher times. Okay. That makes sense. Let's play 2 threats. I think they are going to use the shock in one of them, or they are just angering. I don't know, but let's see. Yeah, that's a pretty good anger, but I have to play something. Okay, that's pretty good. They do have the Brazen Border. I don't think they want to anger plus shock here, so... Oh no, that's bad. That's very bad. The entrancing melody, damn it, being my dad here. Yeah, this is going to be tough to get back. I didn't see any Phoenix. Okay, they do have like the Drake, so I assume they are running the Phoenixes. Yeah, this game is theirs for sure. We are now on the play, so that's a bit better for us. And we need to be careful with the entrancing melody. Maybe Rider is not that bad. I wish I had the Thoughtseize, so... I don't really want to take... They have a lot of Angers, so I think maybe we need to take a bit... of creatures, like maybe... Okay, this seems pretty keepable. We have a 1-2. I don't know if they have shock, but let's give it our best. This land is also pretty good against them, I think. Okay. The problem here is the anger for sure. Need to be careful with that. I think they are going to brazen my knight, maybe. Okay. The reason I'm not doing anything is that if they opt or if they shock or something, I want to be able to activate the knight. Or if they anger here. Unfortunately, I don't have like... They have something. I don't know if it's a brazen. But they definitely have something. These are the cases where I wish I had like one of my Agonizing Remorse or Thoughtseize. Because I don't really want to overcommit to the board. Okay. In the case they have the anger, I don't get too wrecked here. Okay, they put one on top, that's not good. Okay. Okay. It's an upgrade. I'm going to make us discard and draw. Okay, the push is pretty good. The problem is that they can have like removal here. Okay, so they have Chandra, they are going to remove my spawn. But then they die for the Rankle, so they need something. Okay, I think we win this one. Okay, so as you see, this deck is pretty powerful. I just won against number 58 on the ladder. And that brings us a bit up on the ladder. Yeah, we got up 2% because we were against a very high ranked player. Okay, this is going to be the last game. I want to keep the videos like 30 minutes or less, so this deck is pretty fast as well. Let's see if we can get to numbers or if we lose. This is a pretty good hand. I wouldn't mind having Thoughtseize to know what my opponent is playing, but okay, this seems like Sultai. Sure. Languish, we need to be careful. We also need to be very careful because they have the extinction event, which can exile stuff. And I don't really have like a big follow-up. I don't have the Scourge, I don't have Knight of Eben Legion, I don't have the Flyers, so that's tough. I don't know if they are going to Agonize me Remorse or Artless Act something here. Okay, they decided to Thoughtseize. Okay, that makes total sense. Okay, that's a good card, I'm not going to lie. I think they also have the push. Yeah, they have push for sure. Okay, they probably use it now on the Scourge. They get rewarded for waiting. Let's hope they don't run Cry of the Cornerium. They can have opt. Okay, it's push. Okay. That can get back from the grave, and that's the good thing. Like, even when you don't have cards, you can use your grave to play. Okay. And we can do it in the end of their turn. Okay, so this is also pretty good. I don't know if they run Languish or not, but I'm going to try to do this. And let's pray they don't have the Languish here. That would be very heartbreaking. Okay. Ur is not great, but I mean, at least it's not a Languish. They can have Artless Act here. Okay. If they crack for a black, that's probably not very good. Okay. Skyclave is great, because now we can double spell. Yeah, I knew that something. I think they are going for black and have like... Can be an eliminate as well. And they can target one of these two. Can be another push. They are looking to Gather Bones and Red Wonder, which make me think it's not Act. If it was Act, I think they would be faster. Yeah, they would be faster to kill the spawn. Okay. I'm going to play the Skyclave and play these in the end of the turn. They need something now. Okay, we won this one. So against them, we really want to keep the Thoughtseize. I think we even want some Agonizing Remorses. We can like drop 2 pushes. We can put the Soul Guided for the Uro. And what else? We can take some Riders. I mean, they do have Nissa, so I think 3 Riders is fine. And maybe we can take, let me think, we want our Flyers. Maybe we could take 1 Rankle, and maybe we can take 1 Dread Wonder. I'm new to this deck, like I've played this deck in Pioneer, but like I'm kind of getting the hang of it, so the sideboard is very like intuitive for me. It's not like I'm following some, it can be wrong for sure, so just letting you know that. Okay, this is not great, but I have to keep it. They also mulliganed, so... Okay, once again with the lands. If we get castle, also pretty good against them, because we can keep drawing. The problem is Nissa, usually. Okay, we have a crawling barons. That's pretty, like, expectable. Okay, let's play our Scorch. Okay. They can only take Skyclave, which is fine because look at it. Now we can get it back. Okay, now I'm very afraid of Languish. But if they have Extinction Event, at least my knight survives. Okay. Okay, and now we can, like, have the Spawn of Mayhem enter. Unfortunately, like, our knight is not growing yet, but... Okay, overall... They don't have that many cards, but we also don't have that many, so... They already have, like, with Fable 5 cards on the grave, so that's something. Ooh, that's pretty good. Let's hope they don't have Languish. Because that's the card that really, really gets us. Okay, maybe they have Growth Spiral. They can cast Uro next. But we still have the Spot of Mayhems in that case, in the air. I think if they have removal, they ever use it, like in the Mayhem. Okay, that's pretty good. Let me tell you that. That's pretty good. Okay, let me think. If I attack with both, one dies, so that's... Okay, they just conceded. Can we get to numbers? Let's see. Okay, ooh, not that bad, not that bad. From 97% to 1,150 in 2 games. Okay, friends, back to numbers with Mono Black aggro. I swear my opponents are not paid actors. I hope you liked the video. We got to keep it short. It's under 30 minutes, so that's great. Thank you so much. I'm going to link the deck down below. As I told you, the deck is not from me. I'm going to link it. I found it in Arena Zone. And thank you so much. I'll see you next week.